World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. The Swiss government says it will host a two-day high-level summit in the middle of this year in a bid to bring a just and lasting peace in Ukraine. According to the country's Federal Council, the peace conference will be held on June 15 and 16 in the canton of Nidwalden outside the city of Lucerne. It said the summit aims to create a common understanding of a framework favorable to achieving peace in Ukraine as well as concrete roadmap for the peace process. It said the effort comes as Bern gained sufficient international support for a high-level conference to launch the peace process. The initiative was initially floated early this year following Swiss President Viola Amherd and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's meeting in Bern. Since then, Switzerland has been in direct contact with numerous states to explore options for initiating a peace process for the Russia-Ukraine conflict. On Wednesday, Swiss President Viola Amherd acknowledged that there was no guarantee that June's peace summit would be a success and that a peaceful deal would be immediately signed, but stressed the importance and essence of the initiative for the stability of Europe.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Our news, Ecuador's former president Rafael Correa says his ex-vice president Jorge Glas's hospitalization early this week was due to a suicide attempt. In a post on his account on X, Correa said the former vice president has not eaten anything and is on a hunger strike following his arrest last week. The former left-wing leader blamed current Ecuadorian President Daniel Noboa for Glas's physical and emotional condition, accusing him of violating the country's penal code. On Monday, Ecuador's prisons agency said Glass was taken to a naval hospital after he refused to eat the food provided in jail. He was discharged the following day after he showed acceptable parameters of health and was brought back to the penal facility in Guayaquil. Convicted twice due to corruption, Glass was arrested again for fresh charges, but this time in a complicated situation as the Ecuadorian police served the warrant while the former vice president was in the process of seeking political asylum inside the Mexican embassy in the capital, Quito. The arrest prompted an escalation of tensions between Ecuador and Mexico, with Quito declaring the Mexican ambassador persona non grata for unfortunate comments made by Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, while Mexico suspended its bilateral relations with Ecuador.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And for our Philippine Embassy and Consular news, Philippine Ambassador to South Korea Teresa Dizon de Vega joined South Korean Defense Minister Shin Won-sik, South Korean Minister of Foreign Affairs Deputy Minister Chung Byung-won, and fellow ambassadors of 17 United Nations Command or UNC member states in discussing ways to further enhance security cooperation and promote peace and stability in the Korean Peninsula and the rest of the region amid rising geopolitical tensions. During the UNC Member States Ambassadors meeting in Seoul on April 5, the member states' representatives conveyed that peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula are integral to global peace and pledged to closely coordinate with South Korea to uphold shared goals. UNC member states also conveyed their commitment to strengthening defense cooperation and partnership with South Korea and active participation in the UN Command member states mechanisms. Ambassador Dizon de Vega, for her part, conveyed practical examples of Philippine cooperation with the UNC, including sending participants from the Philippine military to UNC-led joint exercises in 2023, Manila's active participation in conferences on allied areas of cooperation and exchange such as military logistics, and its intent to continue its active participation in regular UN command meetings. The Philippines also expressed serious concern for North Korea's nuclear ambitions and called for the complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization of Pyongyang, stressing the need to abide by international law and UNSC sanctions. The UN Command was established in July 1950 under a UN mandate to support South Korea against North Korea's aggression. Heeding the call of the UN, the Philippines sent 7,420 troops under the Philippine Expeditionary Forces to Korea, or FEFTOC, to help South Korea fight for freedom. At present, the UN Command has been overseeing the armistice that halted the Korean War from 1950 to 1953. Current members of the UNC include the United States, Britain, Canada, Turkey, Australia, the Philippines, Thailand, the Netherlands, Colombia, Greece, New Zealand, Belgium, France, South Africa, Norway, Denmark, and Italy.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
You just heard World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is Win Peñano. Good day.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.